You're watching Reality Check. The pandemic is surging across India. Just in the last 24 hours, over 56,000 cases registered. India is amongst the fastest growing countries, with the number of cases recorded today 130% higher than a fortnight ago. On one hand, you have the government repeatedly urging caution. Just today, the centre asked states to use key influencers, including elected representatives, to ensure COVID protocols are followed. The Prime Minister himself, in a meeting of chief ministers recently, had called for quick and decisive steps to contain the second wave of the pandemic. But how does one reconcile these warnings on one hand with an intense ongoing political campaign for elections in the 4 Indian states, in which these very same leaders who are urging caution, from the Prime Minister to his cabinet ministers and party colleagues to chief ministers and opposition leaders, all appear have thrown caution to the wind. No scaling back of rallies or road shows. A full schedule every day. Rallies in which, as visual after visual will show you, no safety protocols are followed. In fact, if anything, these leaders are boasting about the size of the crowds they're drawing in their tweets when they point to the large numbers that have gathered there. Now, just to remind ourselves, the Election Commission had laid out guidelines for the COVID protocols to be followed during campaigning for the Bihar elections last year, which still hold as of today. This is what the Commission clearly said. Every person should be wearing a mask. There should be social distancing. There should be a thermal scanning at the entry of rallies. Sanitizers, soaps, water should be there at every entrance. A district election officer, health officer is meant to ensure that these protocols are followed, but political parties and candidates are also meant to ensure the use of sanitizers, masks, thermal screening and so on. The penalty for violations could be a fine from up to 2 years in jail. Now, as these norms were repeatedly flouted, the Commission came out with a fresh warning in October of last year, saying large numbers have assembled in utter violation of social distancing. Political leaders and campaigners are addressing gatherings without masks. It's a complete disregard of the guidelines and instructions. Now, none of this seems to have had any impact. Consider these instances. This rally by the Prime Minister, just held a short time ago in Palakkad in Kerala. Just look at those visuals on the screen of a large number of people, so many of them simply not wearing masks. Amit Shah in West Bengal, again taking out what appears to be a road show. Mr. Shah himself is unmasked, and the crowds there also, you can see just a smattering of people who are masked up. BJP President JP Nadda in Assam, again huge crowds, road show, very few masks, zero social distancing that we can see. Rahul Gandhi and Stalin in Salem, but before that, EPS, look at that, again large crowds. Rahul Gandhi and Stalin, who held a massive joint rally in Salem in Tamil Nadu. Again, there you can see the leaders, unmasked, crowds milling around, no masks either. Mamata Banerjee in Nandigram, taken in a wheelchair through huge crowds. Again, zero social distancing and mask protocols not in place. Example after example like this. So, we actually caught up with one of the campaign leaders in this election, Suvendu Adhikari of the BJP. Now, let's just look at some visuals if possible first of his particular event where he was at. Again, you can see crowds milling around, no masks. He himself is appearing not to wear a mask, and my colleague Anurag Dwari tried to ask him how and why these rules were being violated. This is what he said.
आखिरी फेज है, क्या उम्मीद है आज 5 बजे चुनाव प्रचार?
अरे उम्मीद क्या है, पब्लिक को पूछ लीजिए, पब्लिक को पूछ लीजिए।
पब्लिक तो बहुत दिख रही है आपकी सभाओं में भी और ममता बनर्जी की सभाओं में भी, पर
ममता बनर्जी के सभा में लोग नहीं है।
नंदीग्राम के बहुत सारे लोग वहाँ भी दिख रहे हैं, यहाँ भी दिख रहे
हाँ,
हैं।
1,500-2,000 लोग लेकर वो हमारा मेरा एक पंचायत में होता है।
आप बार बार उनको बेगम कहते हैं, पाकिस्तान की बात करते हैं।
तुष्टिकरण के लिए बेगम कर रहा है, तुष्टिकरण, ममता बनर्जी का तुष्टिकरण।
एक बात और बार बार सब लोग पूछ रहे हैं कि बहुत सारे चुनाव आयोग ने दिशा निर्देश दिए थे, पर कोरोना प्रोटोकॉल का उल्लंघन हो रहा है, मास्क नहीं है, डिस्टेंस नहीं है।
वो तो इलेक्शन कमीशन को सोचना चाहिए।
Asked the Election Commission, he says, when as we just saw, the guidelines clearly say that candidates themselves and political parties are meant to ensure that these guidelines and rules are followed. Now just consider the virus as it is climbing in all these states where the elections are being held. Again in West Bengal, we're starting to see the second wave picking up of the virus. And let's take you through each of these states to show you how the virus is rising. We just looked at West Bengal. Let's move to the next state. Again in Assam, you're beginning to see the picking up of another wave of the virus. Similarly, in Tamil Nadu as well. And of course, Kerala, as we know, the numbers are surging quite rapidly. Now, again, where is the Election Commission in all of this? My colleague Meher Pandey joins me because she's actually been trying to call around and speak to Election Commission officials in different states, Meher, to understand how this is going on unchecked. What were you able to gather?
Yes, Pastor. So we tried to speak to Election Commission officers in all the poll-bound states about why rallies and road shows that very clearly violate these COVID guidelines have been allowed to continue. Only the Assam officials spoke to us on the record, but even then their answer was very evasive. They shifted the blame onto district-level officials who are meant to be present at these events, saying only they are empowered to report a violation and thus act on it. State-level officials cannot take cases and act on them directly. So far, there have been 0 complaints on reports of violations during campaign events. In Tamil Nadu, the officials spoke off the record. There too, no cases of COVID guideline violations have been reported yet, despite the massive rallies and roadshows that we know happened there. We got no response from West Bengal and Kerala, and this is extremely surprising because a violation of COVID guidelines can be seen on our TV screens every day. And this raises the key question of whether the reporting mechanism is working at all.
Right. You know, as you pointed out, no clear answer from these election officials. They seem to be passing the buck. And most strikingly, Meher, as you're reporting, they're saying no record of any complaints so far. That truly seems extraordinary. Thank you very much indeed, Meher, for joining us. Let's just go across to panel. We have at the moment with us Suparna Moitra, spokesperson of the TMC, is with us. Dr. Kanimuri, NV and Somu, spokesperson of the DMK, is with us. Also Dr. Mohammad Ashil, he's a core team member, COVID-19 Task Force Kerala, Executive Director of Kerala Social Security Mission, is with us. Can I just start with you, Dr. Ashil, as someone who is a kind of a responder, a health care professional in this situation, what do you make of this, that you're having this raging election campaign in the middle of a pandemic? The same leaders who are saying be cautious, follow the rules, are going out and holding these rallies where those very rules are being violated?
Yeah, if you begin with asking me whether it's possible to conduct an election without having this crowd and all, yes, there are examples. If you see the example of Singapore, South Korea, where they have conducted elections like with the slogan saying that the people who are going out and campaigning with rallies will be actually seen as a negative factor by the public. So there were examples like door knock campaign, where the people would knock the door, keep their brochure and go away. There are many models which has been tested across the globe, and there are many good examples. But let us be very realistic in this. We have not as a society, as a country, as the entire population, we has actually not grown up to that level. Let's be very realistic in that. even the media actually focus on the rallies and count rallies with higher number of people as a rally with showing
No, but the
more
media.
let me. I'm not actually putting the blame on media. I was just saying that the amount of crowd that is being actually seen as a kind of a show of power. For example, I don't.
No, I agree. I agree that everyone is treating it like this is an election in a normal time, where you go, you get huge crowds, you hold rallies, and you brag about it. No, my question is this. My question is this that the Election Commission has already said in advance that this can't happen. There are rules, there are guidelines. My concern is, as a healthcare, are you worried that this could actually,
of course,
further fueling this second wave which we are seeing?
Yes, at the outset, I congratulate and I appreciate the initiative taken by NTTV at least to focus on this point, very relevant public health point, saying that we are seeing a second wave, and the second wave is faster than the first wave, almost a double pace of the first wave. And the problem here is that no political parties across India would dare to say that the followers not to come for a rally. I think we have not gone up to that level to be frank. I must say that. At the same time, we must understand that on one hand, we are going for a second wave, and second wave is faster than the first wave. And you have examples across the globe that second wave has caused lot of mortality.
Right.
So it's a great concern.
It's a great risk. Okay. Dr. Kanimori of DMK, you're a doctor also. I mean, explain this, because I myself, I was there covering Stalin just last week, and same story, huge crowds, no social distancing, no checks. How is this responsible, doctor?
Out of all the other leaders, I think only my leader, Mr. MKS, has continuously been stressing on wearing masks when they come for the election campaign. In each and every election campaign, before he could start speaking, the first sentence he says is, please wear your masks, which helps your life. I think we are the only leader who's in the campaign is on the floor like that.
But it's not being followed. It's not being followed. And what about social distancing?
At least we keep educating. At least we are one party which keeps educating.
What about social distancing? Zero.
Of course, there is no social distancing in any of the rallies which has been going on currently. I think the Election Commission, when they set the rules for the campaign, I think they could have made this digitalization of the campaign during this pandemic, or they should have really thought of thinking the elections of having it later. They know there is going to be a rise of the second wave.
No, but Dr. Somu, now to say the Election Commission should have made this a virtual campaign. The Election Commission can't take these decisions on its own, as you know. Of course, yes. But if you had felt, if the DMK, for example, had felt that you should do a virtual campaign, why didn't you approach the Commission?
See, when others are on the ground, only the DMK cannot be doing a virtual campaign. See, Election Commission of India has all the powers
but did you
to
approach?
decide how the campaign goes.
My question is different.
How the dates of everything goes.
Hold on. My question was different. You could have approached the Election Commission and requested for a virtual campaign. Why didn't you do that?
Boss, before we could even approach and all that stuff, they were first talking about the postal ballot oaths for the old people. Now, even that is not being followed in Tamil Nadu properly.
Okay.
Is the complaint which has been given from our side. And that scenario, how do we trust them by just having a virtual campaign and not getting onto the field when all the other parties are on the field?
Well, I think that is now seems somewhat evasive. But anyway, Dr. Chandra Bose is with us. Chandra Bose, you can hear me loud and clear. Thank you for coming on. Chandra Bose, I mean, the Prime Minister, he is urging caution, saying second wave is upon us. And then look at his own rallies. Huge. No social distancing, barely any masks. How do you explain the two, Chandra Bose?
You see, the political fraternity, they are fully aware that social distancing must be maintained during the election campaign. But you're absolutely right that cutting across political parties, we have not been able to maintain the norms of social distance. We are aware that third wave of coronavirus is going to spread across the country. And I think we need to definitely exercise caution and make our political workers and activists aware that this is not acceptable. We cannot expose such a huge crowd, to this kind of a virus once again.
But that's very nice to hear you say that, but that's not happening at all. If anything, hold on. If anything, your leaders are kind of boasting about the huge crowds that they're drawing and saying, look at this, thousands of people have gathered, as though this is a normal election where you are legitimately, you have every right to boast about big crowds. But this is not a normal election. My worry is this, Chandra Bose. My worry is this, that wearing the hat of the executive, when the Prime Minister or the Home Minister or other ministers say, listen, please follow norms, then wearing the political hat, you yourself are violating those norms or overseeing the violation of those norms. Who's going to follow the rules?
Correct. You see, the Prime Minister is very clear in giving the instruction to follow the norms. But it is not an issue of the Bharatiya Janata Party only.
No, it's not. It's all. But I'm asking you as the BJP spokesperson about the BJP. Just as I asked DMK about it, I'm asking you. And particularly it's concerning because the Prime Minister is, and the government, central government, you are the executive. So all the more reason to not break the law.
Well, let me correct you. I'm not a BJP spokesperson, but yes, I'm certainly a BJP leader in Bengal.
Yes.
But you see, this awareness has to come. Political leaders are basically coming from, the society. So this awareness has to be among the society members, a social activist group.
We can't now bring in social activists. It's the buck stops with the government, with the political parties and the election commission. Vijay Satyanath, the same question to you. I mean, you have the Chief Minister, Mr. EPS. I'm sure he's also keeping an eye on the second wave and he's trying to ensure COVID norms. And look at his, let's put those visuals up again of Mr. EPS.
But it is a normal thing because as Tamil Nadu has gone for eradicating, actually preventing people from the second wave. Actually, many of them, they come from Mumbai to Tamil Nadu and every day in the trains. So we have almost stopped each and estate,
Ma'am, we're talking of, hold on. Everywhere, no one has stopped. Firstly, nobody has stopped the second wave. It's sadly it is every. But look at I'm talking of Mr. EPS's own rallies and road shows. The pictures are on the screen. I was there myself.
The political leaders.
No norms followed.
We have advised all the people to take social distancing, keep masks. So we have advised. Our state government has advised all of us to wear masks. So there is a fine of rupees 200 for people, those who don't wear masks. It is compulsory that they have to pay the fine.
The Chief Minister is himself not wearing a mask.
No, Chief Minister speaks from a podium. So he has a distance between the people and him. So he speaks
But
from...
what about all the supporters and leaders and everybody all around? No one is wearing masks. No one is following distancing.
Our state, we go for early detection. So we have combated this pandemic only because of early detection. So
well, ma'am, that is a separate issue, how you combated the virus.
I know, I can
But when it comes to your election campaign, it is all without any norms and its potential super spreader events.
We have
let me go to Suparno Moitra of the TMC.
No, above 80 years, nobody is allowed there. Above 60 years, nobody is allowed for the campaign. Only the youngsters, the young people
crowds
are advised to come, but with the mask.
Everybody is, there was no mask. I was there myself and the visuals show it. Very few people are wearing masks, and young, old, everybody is there. But Suparna Moitra, again the same question to you. Mamata Banerjee, Chief Minister, shouldn't she be more responsible?
Good evening, Mr. Jain. I'm not going to make any excuses in this program, because this is not a program about a Bharatiya Janata Party or a Trinamool Congress or a Congress. This is an issue which affects the society at large, and all of us will have to take the responsibility. We will take the message home and find out that within the given constraints, what sort of a precaution. See, the leaders are doing that. The physical distancing is an issue, because when there's so much of people, I think, and it happens to all political parties, it's not about my political party only. The supporters would like to get very close to the leaders. They would like to catch a glimpse of him or her.
No, but
so
there are ways.
How to manage this issue is a real challenge. We will take this issue back home. Thank you, Mr. Jain, for bringing this issue to the center stage. I think we were all very, very riveted with regard to election outcomes.
Mr. Moitra, I'm glad to see that you will consider this, but it's really not, my remit to bring this to your notice. The Election Commission itself, which is conducting these elections, has issued clear guidelines, and those guidelines needed to be followed. That's it.
It would be done with public awareness.
As I said, I'm not going to make any excuse in this program.
Right.
I think it is imperative that all of us do and follow the guidelines for our own sake and the sake of the society, Mr.
Well, I really wish that this sentiment does get translated into action. My concern and my suspicion, Dr. Ashil, is that that's unlikely, because everyone is all about bringing in the big crowds, and nobody will want to conduct a gathering with limited crowds, spread out, putting people through checks, enforcing masks.
They have to show.
I don't see that. I wish it would happen realistically.
Yeah. But it can be done through public awareness.
Dr. Ashil,
let's be very realistic in this. I don't expect that after this discussion and any of this discussion, and it's not that people sitting in this panel or the people leaders across India are unaware of this issue. It's that that there's a competition happening and everyone want to be winning that. That's a simple logic. Right. So my concern, my request to entire political parties and the senior leaders sitting over here is that while we say that we have to avoid 3 C's, that is crowding, congestion, and close contact, and we have to follow SMS, that is soap, mask, and social distancing.
Right.
The social distancing may not be possible. Sanitary, we can actually adhere on the other 2 things. That
other
is
2 things, at least try and do that. Try and do that.
At the same time, avoiding 3 C's, crowding may not be avoidable.
Okay.
But congested places and congested rooms, like closed rooms.
Well, I'll tell you, we're out of time. We're out of time. I'll tell you, even for congestion, the fact is crowds are brought to rallies. The simple choice political parties have to stop saying we'll do public awareness. You just have to stop bringing in massive crowds into rallies.
So to decrease the
that could be a start. Anyway, we'll have to leave it there. Right, we'll have to leave it there. But thank you all so much for joining us on Reality Check. Thanks so much for watching. Good night.